names, that big best-of-1 upset over Cloud9 to really put themselves on the radar. And it'd be one thing if Ents, were able to do this, and then Poland could be proud, but it's the fact we've got 2 Polish cores, Rebels included, trying to chase that Spodek dream. It's going to be a bit of a dream in the face of the Falcons, who go for the 4-player short-side stack. Big aim duel queued up towards site. Snappy going down without any, but Boros is able to extend around the side, and it's Olymp, who we were told to keep our eyes on, that gets it back with 2 kills. Interesting.
Yeah, it's the walk back to heaven. Obviously more options there. Interesting. Immediately reads this as a B play, and it's actually correct early. I guess Sampai's just playing split the difference. They peeled back to re-aggress into the A site. I mean, obviously a flank isn't going to take place, but they want to make it seem like it's going to be B.
Do you get nervous if you're Sunpius?
I don't think so. I think it's fun to play situations like this. I'm sure you do too.
Yeah, of course.
And as a CT, I feel like you're the one in control of the fear. But it is also, you're kind of just gambling, which is fun.
Which is also fun. Yeah, somebody call our boy Larry. It's when you hear that bomb has been planted line, though, and you're on the opposite side of the map, that suddenly your stomach sinks. Like, ugh, all right.
Retake.
Yeah, with no kit and
No
outnumbered
nades.
2-1. But down to the 20 seconds, Sunpius, yeah, waiting for the B play. It's not going to come. They're concerned about the ramp flank here with this bomb plant. They're going to double down into the CT shelf. Sunpius, can he piece this together?
I think he has, actually.
I feel like they made sound as they jumped back there, so Sunpius has a clue. There's a question about whether they can just swing and trade Sunpius. It would be 2 beautiful taps. Oh, Flay, make sure to give the cover, and it is Rebels indeed. Picking up pistol and doing it off the back foot. That double kill out of Olymp just turned the tide entirely.
Yeah, he got a shutout from Pimp on the desk for being a big part of the upset. And the run so far, making top 16 at Kato is really cool. Be able to say that, and yeah, it's got two Polish cores going on so far, but then we also have 2 IGLs. We got Shuhei, we got Snacks.
And the beauty of that is that guarantees at least 1 player from Poland in the Spodek.
And we got Taz as a coach.
Look at him go.
Taz as a coach. That is also really cool. I mean, that could potentially be very special for him, and it's 2014.
I interviewed him on the second media day. I said, what's it like, man? You're coming back. Spodek beckons. He said, last time I was in there, we didn't have much fun. I said, yeah, but think about all the good times. He said, I'll try.
That is so Taz. That's funny when, I think it's during the Blast content, and Taz asked him, or he was talking to Taz, he's like, man, when I was a player, or when I was when you were a player, I was scared of you. We all were when we had to work with him because we didn't know what he was going to say. His answers were always so hard to predict.
It's good to keep you on your toes.
And he'd ask you questions during the interviews too. That would make it.
Oh, Taz doesn't play by your rules.
Yeah, he is the rules.
Rules dictate that the Galils here from Rebels should be able to chew through sight, and they're doing so nice enough.
I think Polska Gora means Polish mountain, but I also read Poland rules. Does Taz Gora mean Taz rules?
I don't know, man. Put it out there.
Zivik rules.
Yeah, sure. No resistance. No casualties. No stopping Rebels out of the gates here. Nice clean 2-0. I don't think Falcons have any real good excuse to lose this game. I know they're a new roster, but I still hold them to high regard, considering it is the core of a top team in 2023, with an addition of Magisk, who makes every roster better, and a coach that should be able to gel everything together. What he said.
I would love to know.
What he said, unless it's a bad thing, and then I don't say that.
I still want to say it.
Chasing him down, Kisarek. Nice pressure from short side. Players thinking they could get a peek going behind fire, but not the case. But Yeah, Falcons, I know that, you know, versus the top tier competition in the world right now, we're still going to put that asterisk next to them.
Yeah.
This is the challengers and Rebels. No offense, Rebels Gaming. This should be Falcons just cutting through the first round of the lower bracket in Group A.
Yeah, they should. Falcons. I mean, Zodic was talking about having long talks yesterday and all the stuff they need to figure out. And he said some of the calls weren't being respected necessarily. So
can't hide there.
Yeah.
What you doing, Sunpius? You got them thick thighs, and you're not getting behind sandbags. This one starts to go south with the MAC-10 and the Deagle kill.
Okay.
Flay's here. All is good for Flay. 3 frags on the round as he deals with that pesky mid presence.
Great start, Rebels. But yeah, he was seemed a little bit tilted about MR12, which is, I mean, it's a bit of an excuse. Everyone has to play MR12. I'd say actually lots of people are...
Well, not simple.
That's true. That's the thing. Either don't play or don't make an excuse. It's not changing. Can't be talking about this for the next 5 years, 10 years, however long, whatever. So, and a lot of people, I mean, it's always the case that whoever's winning is happy with whatever the game is. But I asked FaZe like how they felt about CS2 in the winter. They're like, we've made every comeback, so we're actually totally fine with the formats.
Yeah, keep it coming.
But that was really good proof that they survived the worst of it. I don't think we're going to see Falcons singing and laughing in this matchup, even if they're winning.
No, because that's the beauty here.
It's a nice advantage here for Rebels. I like that.
Rebels already feel like winners. They made it through the play-in. You know, they exceeded all expectations already.
Their good win was versus Cloud9, though, but that would give me confidence that I could take a win like this if I've already beaten Cloud9 at this event.
They're going to talk every step of the way. Good, enjoy it. For however long it lasts, enjoy it. Teams that have fun are teams that win. That's what they need to tell themselves as they sit pretty 3 rounds up at the start of this one. Their map choice, of course, don't forget it. Team Falcons first buy. Let's see if they can wipe those smiles off their faces quickly. This trio of ramp players in Madden, Snappy, Boros served up issues to some of their competition thus far in 24. Snappy in the sea of utility here, trying to hone in on SNX. Yeah, gets a little rambunctious in the smoke, delivers his head on a silver platter. That's an easy 5v4. And then they go bursting into the B site instead. Overwhelming Magus because he only gets his one. Sunpius at bat, missed shot.
Uh-oh.
Now that bomb's looking to be planted. Good assistance out from Boros. They do drop the Opera in the meantime. Madden tries to push outwards. Olymp, excellent double. Madden, though, right there to close it. Falcons on the board with 1 standing, but only 1 standing.
Yeah, leave it to Madden. He saved the day right there. Everyone else got 1, essentially, and then Madden had to step up as well.
Everybody but Sunpius.
Yeah.
Died with nothing.
He got some info. Boros has had a few bad maps, actually, since we last... He was good at Blast. I remember that his first game in 2 games, very good. He was on Vertigo, I think. It was like, oh, we're going to get an establishing shot of him on CS2. They're a pretty new team. Let's see. I'm surprisingly impressed by Boros, but last few maps have been pretty bad stats. And I'll just say stats because I didn't actually watch the games myself. So we know how brutal CS2 stats can be in terms of telling the story right now, especially for like high frag players like entries and things like that. Makes it even more volatile than it used to be. But not a great sign, something to think about. They're going to need every little bit here versus the Rebels.
Ooh, going up and over Sunpius. He's in transition. But he gets into the elevator room to go bolster that A play. Falcons have put Olymp in a spot that could come back to cost them. Kisarek dodging the threat of that short play, but Magisk, gets caught. And there's a second player underneath as well, right?
Yeah, he's got speed here.
SNX is ahead of the pack, and this could very well catch off the next player.
Oh my God.
Sunpius not ready for the timing. Beautifully crept through from Rebels.
They just have this huge I mean, that was weird. They had a huge gap on mid right there, Falcons. That was pretty sloppy, right? I mean, all that we saw was Sunpius coming through mid about 30 seconds before that. Makes his way over towards the A site. Magus comes to take up duty to take that relay full 20 seconds, 30 seconds later. They boosted someone up to wait for a push on Heaven. It ends up being that guy who gets Magus because he's up there so late. They could have walked by him. They didn't even need to take that fight. So they almost won that round twice before even killing him. That's really strange. That's really strange. You know, usually if you don't know the other team, the opponent that well, because obviously Falcons are only going to do so much prep for a game where it should be lopsided in their favor. They're going to focus on playing their best game, and that should truly be the best way to play. Yeah, that's right. Rebels are on top. I mean, right there, they're the better team right now. It's a very ephemeral amount of rounds, but like
they're making moves.
This is the best. I mean,
they got strategies.
They had a glaring. They exposed a glaring error of Falcons. They executed well. So, kind of confused why they just left that open. What I was gonna say is, it is probably smart if you're the super favorite to play your own game.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Snap back to reality. Quick peek from Boros. Reminds them the level that they may be running into as this round goes on. But just Boros, he's managed to get 2 more headshots somewhere else on the map. Boros, he's queued this one up with ease. Sunpius, it gets messy. God. And Flay's able to react. Cover towards short. Madden in the eyes of the Opper. Flay can't quick scope him down, so Boros just goes
bananas.
Yeah, that's a way to put it. I don't get to see those second and third headshots. Replay it up. We got to see what the hell just happened. We saw the first one and how fast it was.
Inside the middle, yeah.
God damn.
What I was going to say was basically take care of all your choke points in the match. Don't leave like huge gaps on a map without much pressure in a game like this. You don't need to like lean heavily, right?
There's the first laser beam.
Oh. The way downtown spray transfer to the back.
And clean up on aisle A. Turn those Falcon mics on. I want to know what they're saying. I want to hear them clap back. 283 damage out of
Falcons
Boros.
on top. I didn't have any rhythm when I tried to copy Kissarak there.
You just don't have it like he does.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
I don't have the joy in my heart like he does.
Leave it to the pros, would ya?
Leave it to the polls.
Sunpius, forward angle in mid. Bop! He's got SNX easy. And Boros is here too. No follow through from the top mid play out of Rebels. So they've got 2 at the base of B. Their teammates coming to join him. Kissarek's going to take the entry duties into both hands. He's got the frag grenade coming at him. Won't make his job any easier. Flash is fantastic from Boros. Magus maximizes off it. And with that, they could just slot into a 5v3. Run little risk from here on out. And Falcons should be closing the gap. I feel like a monster truck commentator with this new sick voice of mine.
That's pretty good.
Gravedigger does the double backflip into car crush 5540.
That actually made it sound like you weren't sick at all.
I thank everybody for bearing with me. Let's see if Snappy can leave an opening. Nope, he's going to shut the door on the crane. A little cheeky headshot on Flay as well, who didn't really do anything wrong, just kind of took us straight to the face. Trying to be the third in the pack, and no running, no hiding, Olymp Falcons. Welcome to the game.
It's Boros that brought him back in. Every time we try to get out. But they're worried about MR12, you know, and they already gave up the start. So this is their deepest, darkest fears right now. It's a bad start, and then, we didn't get the pistol round. What were we supposed to do? So they're going to have to show some more grit.
good. I think that this team needs to be challenged early.
I also don't sound perfect, so I can't be handing out.
And we're just a couple duds. Just
still having fun though.
Yeah, that's the beauty of Counter-Strike. I want to see Falcons tested. I want to see this project have its hands full at times.
Oh my God, that's such a great swing.
There's 5 of them coming at you, and Madden has to give it up. But at least he doesn't also die.
I'm telling you, when 5 people speak English, they don't swing like that.
Nah, it's true.
And I'm not saying it has to be Polish, but it's got to be some other language all at once.
What are some countries on the list that you want to see?
Finnish.
You want to see a full Finnish roster
I want to see
again?
a full Finnish lineup again, yeah.
Havu's calling.
I want to see a full Swedish lineup again. I think that's one.
Eyeballers.
Yeah. I want to see a full Spanish team again. I was actually sad about Sampaius originally going to ENS because of that. Still, it was. I will admit,
Careful,
though.
rifles up. Hold on. SNX.
True.
He's going to creep around, and that's going to sideline Magisk.
Oh, clean one.
Good response from Boros. So,
Push them back, yeah.
Yeah, does a good job of getting the M4 in without being spotted. Making the most of a bad situation. Remember, this was all Glocks. They got 2 kills with it. They had a little chance if Boros wasn't as clean with it. But that is indeed the tied game.
Yeah, yeah.
So Finland,
Sweden,
Spain. One more.
Canada.
Well, that one's never going to happen.
I mean, that's probably how a lot of punchers feel, you know?
Okay. Maybe I should.
I'm running the lands in Canada, so...
That's fair.
That's where we find that's where we make players, man. That's where they come from.
Boros is looking clean, and I think that bodes very well for Falcons. Like you said, has had a couple off maps since the very hot debut. I think this is a game where Boros should dominate because he made a name for himself being so much better than the rest of Tier 2.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's the environment that we expect Boros to thrive within. Waterfall smoke. And a molly for Kisarek to deal with. He's back. Doesn't want to take any more damage. Could have been plenty more nades where that one came from. This is a round where there's no mid control, no B presence, just 5 ramp again. It's what got them that opening kill last round with only Glocks. Sampaius in the danger zone. Here it comes, the rumblings of the commitment. Rebels can't help but make sound on the approach. Madden's trying to swing out with the player to support him on Crane.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, caught out in no man's land.
Great peeks from Kisarek. Snappy, when do you aggress? He's got a good line of support behind him.
Magisk serving up a good distraction. Sampaius down empty-handed. Snappy gets the dink, but SNX still thrives. Boros, he's on the scene. He's going to have to be everything now in the 1v2. It's a fake to get him to spray. That's 2 T's confirmed.
Oh, this is the right move. This side of the smoke.
Challenge pressing out. It's being watched by Casey, though. He still slides out, wins the fight. Olymp along the wall. He's going to peek right side. Boros sees the shadow, loses duels. And Olymp's going to pick this one up.
Boros got a little frustrated about it because he knew exactly how that fight would turn out. That was a really good read on that situation. And I got to say, Boros, again, one of those players who is an entry, but does have clutch skills for sure, for sure. Really like how he plays those 1vx situations. Nice try, but he was really the only thing about this round, like you said, that Falcons had going for it. That and Snappy's dinks. Got that kill on the dink for Snappy. That was good.
Yeah, it's really Madden who dies out in the open before getting the real peak on ramp, just dueling versus a headshot angle. And then, of course, Sampaius on short dies empty-handed.
Sun dies a lot, some would say. So.
Who would say that?
Sampaius.
Little artillery barrage going down on ramp, but T's looking all right. Not as passive as...
I can't even do a voice
before.
crack to make fun of it, unfortunately. I would try to capitalize.
I appreciate your support.
I'm an opportunist.
CT's down to just 2 smokes. Felt very ominous towards the A side at the start of the round. All that pressure, all that presence just evaporates, and timing on the peak from Magis, but he doesn't overcommit, doesn't force the kill at all, really. Just wants to tuck into green with a teammate with him and Boros. They could go for the boost. Magisk gonna play around the smoke. Oh, nicely done from Magisk finding those 2. Madden gonna offer up a frag as well. There is a response, though, a rebuttal from the Rebels.
Oh, clean.
Slain by Magisk. What a wonderful 4K round out of Magisk.
Yeah, that was so nice.
You know, and at first, when he didn't overcommit to the first fight as the first player walked upstairs, he got behind green because he wanted those angles. And when that smoke landed in front of him, bro, he had a field day.
Yeah.
Suddenly, there was no pressure on Magisk.
Yeah, his aim was looking nice right here.
He just feasts. The drop down into the second.
Very clean with it.
Yes, sir.
Golden bullets. Onto the eco here as Rebels have made it a pretty tight game. Round after round. Tough for them, they got to pick into Vertigo because Falcons are picking Vertigo themselves.
True. Ooh.
But the fact they keep it close is very impressive.
Madam just hit him with the brah, and Boros on the flank. Hey there.
Wow. Okay,
this one was a little disrespectful.
Boros got that first bullet accuracy, man.
13 and 6, but somehow Olymp's still gonna go for the B plant. Doughty gets it.
Working on him.
Little damage, but Magisk holds strong yet again.
I think I want to do maybe Stone now. Buy kits and buy extra flashes.
Buy kits and flashes.
That is so smart.
It's a good plan. But what for, Launders? That's the question. Well, I mean, kits are for defusing bombs. That was pretty obvious.
Right. And the shot's in. Sunpius followed by Boros on the trade. Hip to hip right there was perfect. There was no way to run. You take Sunpius, somebody's going to come get you. Casey immediately the walk up thinking that this is a weak looking sight, but Magisk is here on a depressed angle.
Yeah, for the first time we see him that far outwards. And now Snappy locking in sandbags. If he turns, Kissarek's a dead man. And sure enough, he gets it. So I think just very good individual level from all the players on Falcons. I mean, Sunpius has missed a couple shots. He's actually 3 and 7. But at the same time, Boros, Magisk, Madden, the riflers, very clean. The trade frags, very strong. There hasn't been too many individual plays, but just nice little 2-man attacks coming out of the defense, whether that's top, middle, down ramp, or I guess the Boros solo MP9 flank, but all's good in the Falcons camp. It was a great test out of Rebels at the start of this half, but 7-5 the score as Falcons will take to the T side.
Luxury diamonds, life is what you see only in a dream. I get what I want and everything in between. I'm a jet setter, high class, high fashion. No time to talk, no distractions. I bet you never met anyone else like me. If you're searching, I'll be in the VIP. It's all in the acronym. A very important person is coming in, and there's nowhere in the world I haven't been. If you don't understand, let me tell you again. Live
You're safe with me. I know you love that here. So pretty, please come try me.
The rifle work of Falcons has been a spectacle in the face of Rebels' challenge. The run of Rebels to the Spodek will be one that is no doubt difficult, and Falcons have given them that swift reminder. After starting this map with a strong showing, they did indeed get iced out towards the end. It's a 2-round lead for Falcons as they'll take to the T side of their opponent's map pick.
I really do love the energy from Rebels overall every time we go to their camps. Like, lost rounds are taking them well. Win rounds, they're really absorbing the moment. So I think they are being present right now, which is a really good thing to see, because you don't want to lose sight of a time like this, just to enjoy it while you can. I mean, even if they win the whole thing, it'll end. You know what I mean? So why not try to enjoy the moment while you're living it? And for Falcons, they look so frustrated at every point because their expectations are high, and they're supposed to make a sort of deep run and beat some better teams, and they haven't proven that they can do that yet.
Good flank from Olymp. He's getting behind Falcons before bombs down. He's gotten all the way up short, in fact. Yeah, quick execute to Boros. We get this turnout, but nicely done.
All right.
He's just locking it in, surrounding the ramp play. That's now both pistols in their back pocket. We can't forget that of their 5 rounds in the first half, it was pistol and conversion for the 3-0 start. So only 2 rounds after that sprinkled in. Winning second pistol, get right back to it, boys.
I would like split cams where you can just see how happy they are. I would even like to compare a round where they lose versus a round that
Falcons win
beside each other.
Sure.
I think that you wouldn't even be able to tell who won. You might think it's Rebels, man. They're happy guys.
Hey, dude, they're living the dream. Competing at a Kato. Dropping util in the face of the Falcons' presence. Still waiting for Sun Pius to kind of get online. It's been tough for him with Boros and Magisk and Madden stealing all the kills. But here it comes. They've got a lot of grenades to follow through with. They also pick up the 2 opening entries, and they've got one stuck behind sandbags. Remember, all these nades. Does Olymp run the risk? They're going to put the smoke to try to cross. Olymp realizes what's happening. He bails out Kisarek, who's then able to get one on his own. Even with 3 HP left over, he's still locked in. Fomus of Magisk connects, but Olymp reroutes. That's excellently done from Olymp, saving Kisarek once and then setting himself back up on short side to get his own kill after Kisarek inevitably dies. So he plays off of Kisarek both pre and post death.
Definitely. Yeah, he's very, very useful there as a teammate, very selfless play. And he'll be up to the plate again. This time he can actually serve up dinner for himself. Maybe feed the whole family with this clutch. No bomb plan will be denied. MP9 comes out, double swing comes in. Olymp just said, let's just be sure.
Yeah, I respect that. You are peeking into Sun Pius after all.
I think he just shot just to get him off the bomb and thought he would get off it.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I really like the defense there between Olymp and Kisarek. I think they made the most of it.
Yeah, man. These pushes look good. Very good.
Not throwing away the opportunity and tying things up 7 apiece. Me oh my. We got a game on our hands.
We do have a game on our hands.
This is Falcons coming through off that bomb plant with a buy. It's got very real limitations. 4 pieces of util across the board here for Falcons. They get softened up by nades, and Snappy's just using the MAC-10. So we'll see if this timing from Sun Pius catches anybody off. He tries to charge along, finds Flay. Oh my God. And then the 2 other CTs in rotation end up holding the line. Snappy comes out of short side, smoked down towards door. That's headshot enveloped, shrouded. As Kisarek tries to extend, Boros gets his next. And that's man advantage now the way of Falcons. Casey, this could be a huge flank.
He's got a good timing, but now his only teammate.
Yeah, it's just him.
Ah.
Down he goes. Magisk going to make the difference here on this one. 2 frags to Magisk. That double on Boros when the CT started peaking, he didn't give them a chance to shoot back with the headshot pace.
I mean, Boros been saving him, for sure. He's making up for some bias. Oh, listen, some bias is a really consistent player, and he was, one of the best players last year for sure. But you don't often see him miss on a shot like that. He had the shadow advantage, coming to clear yellow. Whoever was sitting there needed to swing and didn't do it, so he was supposed to die for sure. So that's a mistake. Oh, survived, and Boros goes down.
There you go, little revenge served up. Olymp with his hands on an AK. He's got Kevlar to work with. So do some of his teammates if he wants to move it over. Kisarek getting hit by Util, but it's 5v4 nonetheless. Look at this pack of CTs. The perfectly placed Molotov, right? It's limited utility here from Rebels, but I feel like they've made the most of the little pieces they've thrown.
He's coming.
They try to charge him down. It's a second with the 5-7. Madden given a chance to tear through. Ooh, wow, clean shot. 2 bullets come out. He hits Olymp. Remember, bomb is planted on the right side of site. Here we get the answer back from Casey. Lesser weapons at this point for Falcons to hold on with. Snappy tries to get into the engagement, but the gun goes dry, and Rebels come through.
They pulled off that retake. Yeah, get loud. Let them know that you're excited. Put your hands up. Stand up. I want you to, shout directly at them.
5-7s in your face.
Let them know. That is crazy that they pulled it. How did Falcons let this one go? Honestly. I mean, even though Olymp gets this kill right here, when the bomb gets planted, I feel like there's so many situations where they could have picked off more than one and couldn't get it.
Look like
what
Madden
a push out of Rebels.
I think Madden was flashed on sandbags when that push does come through smoke. Just like the perfect amount of utility usage from Rebels, right? It's not like they came in full belts.
True, they spaced it out, yeah.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Next thing you know, we got Falcons at a tied game again.
They said if my game was working, I'd be winning.
Yeah, has it been a problem all 16 rounds? No, I don't. Jokes aside, we don't want anybody at a disadvantage now.
Yeah.
We don't want to take anything away from the Rebels' upset.
No. Never hit a man during a tech pause. That's what we always say.
Unless he's asking for it.
That's true.
Well, what an exciting situation we have on our hands. Tied up at 8.
Charging down Boros. That's great.
That's crazy.
And he was ready to come in for the pushes on his T side.
Yep. He pops back up.
Or his CT, I should say.
Is it good enough for you, good sir? I heard these PCs have nuclear reactors in them, actually.
Oh, nice.
1,000 FPS guaranteed.
You don't have to plug them in, eh?
Nope. Self-sustaining.
That's sweet. It's like my brain. I only sleep because I enjoy it.
Who doesn't? Good night's rest after a good game of Counter-Strike.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Falcons, time to start cooking.
Yeah, what's on the menu?
Loser stew.
We're not there yet. Boros having an excellent performance. 2.0 KDR, 18 and 9. 108 ADR, 16 rounds into this game. Golly gee.
Yeah. I'll say that twist quote again. Or I don't know if it was a quote, just when they told me it was just if we think an upset's going to happen, it'll be when we're playing CT side, but when we switch over to T side, regardless of the map, if it's like a really one-sided, should be a one-sided matchup. T-side is where we can feel like it's our choice, whether we win or lost, or it's our gameplay that dictated it. CT, they feel like they have less control over. So let's see if that rings true here. 8-8. Falcons have T-side on Vertigo, a map they love. It's not their map pick. They would have picked it, though. So they would have picked this map if Rebels didn't. So they got to be happy about this.
They've been taking series here. Oh, Magis going to open up. Olymp bites off a bit more than he can chew.
There better be more situations like that. They know the angles better. They have the better angles.
Hello. Ooh, what a tease you are, Snappy.
Just by a second.
They'll throw it back up again, but you're not going to see anything there. And the longer you sit around on that A site, the sooner Falcons are going to have you wishing you'd gone B. This is 0 B setup right now, right? They're going double white wall mid.
They asked for a re-clear, but they don't have any molly or nades. It's important to have damage grenades when you're retaking B just because of the bomb plant zone's so open. Smokes, you don't need that much utility, but smokes are very helpful as well, but he just mollied himself?
Yep. Don't worry about it. Bomb still goes down.
Okay, so no plans, no plans.
No challenge from the Rebels, so
that's
they lose their Olymp push and then they just completely write off half of the map.
Yeah, for a map like this, that is a lot about retakes. I'd say setting up for a 4v5 retake right away, I wouldn't try it, especially not at this point of the game of the rounds. I would have some plan to play for the round at least a little bit, if possible. But I mean, they did double up on mid as well as A, so they had 2 good bets to take an early fight, at least if it was going to be the ramp or if it was going to be someone walking into mid. I think if they got a mid lurk, then they could maybe both turn back to B and then started fighting. But I think here we actually also don't have kits, so they're probably a little insecure about that.
I think now we can do what you want to be. But we can just do 2 and 2 if you want. Can you come and flash for us an order before you go up?
It's tough to get the job done without all the tools. Rebels had their hands tied.
Yeah. Having money is never bad, though.
Yeah.
And so at least they can.
It's also only 20 HP, the difference there between Olymp getting the better of Magisk and a 5v4 for him to fall back into B. So I respect the hustle as he tries to swing. But it did just cost them, and Falcons go up 9-8.
Olymp from above. Problems with angles like this, if it's too quiet, there's no other pressure, it will just get clear. There's nothing else to watch. So you'll see Boros do a hard clear right there. Yeah. There's no, it's like you got to just, basically you're hoping they're bad. Yeah. And that's the moments where you got to like give up those positions completely, unless you have some other way to draw attention first.
Yeah, there's a certain level of competition where things like that just no longer work.
It's this right here.
There's a reality check for you. Another 5v4 to the Falcons' favor. Sampaias can stay on this angle, waiting for any kind of challenge. Magis glimpsing into B. There you are. But he falls to the hands of Casey. Luckily here for Falcons, Madden follows forward with the double kill here on the A site. Poor Kissarex just standing out in the open, trying to get the best with the FAMAS. Will win one fight. He's getting a piece of the second, but it is a bomb plant on A and a 10th round queued up here for Falcons. Setting the tempo, setting the pace, and just keeping their targets fresh as well, right? We got a solo lurk out mid, solo lurk in B, and a good pack of players following through with ramp.
Another way in which they could have maybe tried to use that if they, on another part of the map, did something aggressive and it worked, and then Falcons got scared and, ran out. Then they would skip on angles, so they could have paired that with some aggressive stuff somewhere else. But that's why I was like, Rebels in that last round, it's like, you really do want to think about this opportunity. Yeah, it's not a great position to have to retake 4v5 no kits, but you have two smokes, flashbangs, good players, and you don't put any pressure on. And just like that, Falcons are the first ones to get the 10 rounds. And the round you saved for really didn't have that much punch in it either. So Rebels, at least you like Vertigo, but Now you're broke. Now yo ass is broke. So you weren't buying any Pokemon cookies. Or weapons.
Or nades. Okay. Let's get frisky. But with the smoke in front of them, there's no challenge through from Falcons. So KC sees nothing. Absolutely nothing. They decide to go everybody over to the A site instead. Fortunately here for Rebels, Falcons starting to size up the B site. That which was originally stacked. And that which will soon fall. We got all the util coming out. They realized, damn it. We could have just sat on B. They'll run over, and honestly, they're getting ahead of it. The follow-through has yet to happen here from Falcons.
There's kind of a quiet spot where they are, so...
But there we go.
Oh, that was loud.
Yeah, Kisarek. His flank found out. Full-blown utility exec.
He's gotta go back, right?
Magisk is going to send it. The rest of the pack waiting just behind him. They'll get the trade frags going, but don't forget there's an M4 here in the middle of it all. Boros keeping his head down. He'll die out to that one gun, and it opens the door for Olymp to grab one as well. So it's just a better save. You've earned an extra rifle. Madden goes from catching flank to now being the forward-most post-plant player. So yeah, free AK, all that they'll get from their efforts. Rebels going back and forth, nearly getting ahead of it. Falcons just dodged the threat.
I think that was a moment where, like, if they were playing versus, let's say, like a Phaser G2, they would have definitely gone A right after catching the flank, thrown their nades, and then just got out of there. But and then Rebels almost made them pay for, like, not playing like that. So we have seen some really good stuff out of Rebels. Made it real competitive all the way to the end. And there will be still time to potentially take this map. It's still possible here, but I think the only problem right now for the Rebels is that they've got to have something that stands out. You know, they cannot let Falcons have a good fundamental game plan that works simply across the server. They need to do probably something in the way of aggression that will make Snappy think more. Will, like, start them out 5v4, like go for a pick play instead of defaulting. Flay has that op. And this will be last call for an effort here as Rebels defend against map point.
Frags and flashes into the bottom of B. Olymp, he'll pull back. Consistency in that A ramp prod out of Rebels is still set up, but it's not as brazen this time.
Yeah, I do like the op here. It is hard to take ramp control the exact same way, but they're swinging on it. They're going for info. You do have to appreciate this.
Yeah, I mean, if they were to just play in the dark, I feel like that would be to just succumb to the better players.
All right, but it's pressure's mounting on Casey. They might catch a peek on this walk-in. Oh, no, the shoulder's a little off. Casey gets bottled, but he still gets his frag. Not only one, but three.
He's got the A1S in hand. He's got a teammate right behind him. SNX comes over to close it, and Sun Pius is going to have to give us something finally. No, sir. Not going to happen. What a hold.
Wow, a bottle to the head, and he powers up and gets 3 kills. He might be kind of British.
Just slips out the right side. Barrel stuffs 2. That molly just bounces off his forehead.
Turned into a bar fight right here. That was beautiful. Nicely done from Casey.
No one's going to leave a mark, but at least he also bruises up the Falcons.
All right. Now, that'll get him thinking now. They try to play that as a hard round. Flay back to the same spot, but wasn't known. Oh.
Ouch.
Uh-oh. Yeah, there's more coming his way. Ah.
Post.
Well, at least he got a shot off dispelled with some utility, but no damage dealt. T still coming on with torrential force.
Boost
And
is good.
SNX.
Snappy comes through as well to get the other. Rebels trying to play into it, trying to get something actively going, and unfortunately it just gives away 3 separate kills. The booster, a victim of the boostee. That dink on Snappy doesn't even
So
get the
close.
frag. Yeah,
So close.
unfortunate here for Rebels. Again, playing proactive. I would be far more disappointed with the Rebels if they weren't playing rounds to try and win. They were just sat back and letting the game unfold in front of them. But they are genuinely throwing things at Falcons. They're keeping Falcons on their toes.
Yeah, there's some good stuff here for sure.
It's just devil in the details with some of the, I think very strong mechanics actually out of Falcons so far this evening. Boros is just above and beyond. Magisk has had nice multi-frags. This one's not done yet, but even if it were to finish 13-9, Rebels can say they pushed them. It's going to be a weakened purchase, however, here from Rebels to try and stave off a win.
Yeah, well, we saw what happened last time. It was like almost full pistols, and then Falcons were a bit too reckless and decided to force their way into B after the nades. They knew that B was going to be stacked up a little bit, so there's a world where Rebels make them pay for making a mistake like that, getting a little too lazy. Don't sleep on these guys. Falcons probably beyond the point of being proud of their win, you know, taking this one. I think they've got obviously massive goals as a roster. Lots of competition out there. Lots of people surpassing them on their debuts. How impressive they looked in such a short period of time. It's a very competitive market at the moment, so you can understand why they're frustrated. Maybe they should be. Maybe they should be. But at the same time, at least if they get the win, that takes some edge off.
Some bias at bat. Missed chance, dives down, leaves Casey asking for assistance, but nobody actually comes over. Casey's still just left on his own, even with that early pressure.
I'm surprised Senpai didn't stay up there. They really respected Rebels here. So what could this mean? They're running back into this full stack?
Oh,
okay.
No. Smoke fades and Flay gets exposed. There's a lot more here, though. And Madden able to pounce on SNX. Olymp dies. Kisarek, the only guy here inside of the A stack to get anything going. I was proud of Rebels for not over panicking to the Casey calls, but ultimately they still get shredded one after another. Falcons pull apart the ramp play, survive the Polish test, and walk away with Rebels map pick. And a tip of the hat to Boros. 22 frags to open up this series, but the dream is still alive.